When you really started catching my attention, I'm not gonna lie, is when I started to see the healing videos. Specifically, the first one that I saw was when you were in Atlanta, Georgia, I believe, and you were getting your hair braided, and you pull out your phone and you just start doing it right there live, which I never had seen somebody do that. Just pull out your phone. I've seen it with people, somebody recording them. They have a camera, but you just casually put out your phone and ask her, hey, so you have a pain? Okay, yeah, I have a pain in my back. Okay, sit down for me. And then you proceed to sit her down, and then you show her that her feet, her legs are not the same length. And you could see this in the video. And then you proceeded to pray, and her leg grows out. And then she gets up, and her back is healed. She is bending down. She is moving, and she can't even believe it. And I was like, what is this? Can we just talk about that as far as like specifically? I'm interested in, man, what do you hear in that moment? Like, describe that moment in which you're like, man, I'm going to pray for her. What did you receive from the Holy Spirit?
Well, sometimes it just takes an ear to hear the natural things. Oftentimes we are waiting for Holy Spirit to tell us this person has this pain problem or this issue. But sometimes you just have to listen to what they're saying. So while she was actually washing my hair before she retwisted it, and she basically began to tell me, yeah, it's been hard lately because, I've had back issues. In this profession, you can't really have back issues because you're standing up all day doing people's hair. And I said, wow, that's so unfortunate. And so I just began to casually bring up God and how I love the Lord and how I'm really devoted to him. And then she actually began to talk to me about her bad experiences in church. She had begun to tell me about how she went to a church that basically all they wanted from her was money, and they didn't even pray for her, and all these horrible stuff that happened. And so, I really just began to like minister to her and let her know that, church people's response to you are not necessarily God's response to you. And I just really began to love on her. And so I said, do you mind if I pray for you when you're done twisting my hair? She said, sure. And there was nobody else in the shop. So I just really took the opportune moment. I would have still did it because God could have been glorified in front of everybody else in the shop too,
Right.
And I've seen enough healing in my life to know God will use me to do it. Now, there have been times where I've tried to pray for people and they didn't get healed. Absolutely. Do I claim to have a reason why they didn't get healed? No, I have no clue. Yeah. But there are moments without a shadow of a doubt, I know if I pray for this person or if I minister healing to this person, they're going to get healed on the spot. I call it almost like a gift of faith comes on me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I just feel and I know by the Spirit of God. No voice comes to me. Holy Spirit doesn't say, hey, I'm going to heal them, even though he's done that before. But there's this moment where I just sense God on the moment. And I just know if I act in faith, then they're going to get healed. And it was just one of those moments where I just felt like, it's almost like I feel like in my own heart, light work, easy. You know what I mean? It's almost like can you take this bag of clothes to the car? Easy. Yeah. Light work. You know what I mean? And so like in that moment, I feel like this is easy. Got you. And I prayed for her and her leg grew out in front of my eyes and she was healed. As a test your back, you should be healed by now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Pain was gone. She messaged me, said the pain is still gone, has never came back. She's totally healed.
Wow. What do you do when somebody doesn't get healed?
I just love on them. Usually, I'm going to just be totally honest. It's been so long since someone has not gotten healed because I just learned how to like know those moments when the Holy Spirit is like, that one's going to get healed.
Right.
And sometimes I tell them like, well, I believe you're going to be healed. You speak the language of faith anyways. And, when you're speaking the language of faith, and so when you speak the language of faith, sometimes they're like, yeah, it's whatever. But the thing is, it's not like you damage them any further if you pray for them and they don't get healed.
Right.